Good morning. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm April Williams, and this is Daily Dose Live, dynamic direction for a successful life, your little espresso shot of wisdom to start your morning. And I hope you're having a great morning so far. So this week we've been talking about budgeting and financial freedom and even investment. So Henry David Thoreau said, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you imagined. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. And you can live the life that you have imagined by using all your talents and passions to craft together multiple streams of income. Diversify your income. And so there are different types of income. There's active, which is you're engaged in that day-to-day operations. You have engaged, which you invest initially and set up a self-sustaining income. And then you have passive, where you're not involved at all, meaning others create the content, the product, the service, etc. Or there's a combination. The passive can be an investment where you're a silent investor, and so you're not really actively involved. So you have active, engaged, passive, and a combination. When you're creating these separate streams of income, you can have your primary income and then a secondary income, which may be a spouse's salary, and then you can have investment, rental properties. You can create these incomes, these revenue streams. Remember, it's good to have different cash flows and revenue streams coming in by creating a product or a service that's supplying a need. You can provide educational materials or information that people need. There's a lot of options now with that. Entertainment or miscellaneous, which could be advertising, promoting, or consultation. So you have products, services, education, entertainment, and miscellaneous. And these are things that you can begin to piece together to begin to think of how you can creatively craft multiple streams of income. And a great book that I've been reading is by Vicki Walton. She calls it work quilting, meaning you piece together your passions, talents, and abilities to create various streams of income. Vicki Walton, I got this off of Amazon. It's a really practical and great book. You can also go to her website. If you Google her name, it will pull up her website, and she actually does workshops on this. But on page 62 of her book, she talks about thinking about your passions. And your passion, it makes your voice animated. It's a rise in tone when you speak of it. It causes you to wake up early or stay up late. It inspires you to fully invest your heart and soul in it. And it benefits others as well as yourself. So thinking about your passions and abilities, what do you love? What energizes you? And she encourages you and shows you some creative ways to put all these together. Now, this is not necessarily quitting your job and following these passions, but some people keep their job until they can create these multiple streams of income that will sustain their lifestyle, or it's just something that people do on the side. So she gives an example of a lady that took her, she calls it a quilting class, her workshop, and the woman had two passions. She loved to travel and she loved horses. So they created this whole worksheet where they looked at how can you take these two passions, these two things that this woman loved, and create multiple streams of income. And she gives examples. So the woman began to lead horse trips into the mountains. So she started her own company, and she was a local guide to take people on horseback rides. So that was that was a type of active income. She was actively involved in this. She began to travel to places that she wanted to visit, and she began to write blogs. Well, from that, she began to delve into photography, and she began to create and sell some of her photography where she was taking pictures of her travels and her pictures of horses. And then from that, she began to make connections with people who needed house sitting. This is like internationally. So she began to house sit with friends all around the world, and that helped pay for her travels, where she could take the pictures and do the blog, take the pictures and sell the pictures. So she began to house sit. So she began to also be able to take several trips a year. And this just began to bloom. She began to write articles with her blog and on her website. She created a website, and that became an ebook. So then she began to sell her ebook, and she just gives examples on and on. But if you'll sit down and write, you can write out this. You won't be able to see this too well, but in this book she gives a graph where you can write out your passion and then map it out how you can begin to take something that is your passion, something that you love, something that you enjoy, and create a life that you've always wanted. God gave us amazing creative abilities. And I believe that we can take these passions, these desires, the things that He has given us, and begin to creatively craft the life that she wanted. The lady that loved the traveling horses also ended up creating a nonprofit agency that would set up trips for people that included horseback riding. And it was ways that would help rescue horses that were in dire straits, and also begin to be therapeutic horses for other people. I mean, so there's just amazing things that you can do. The Bible says He does exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ask, hope, or think of. So He can take you places that you've never thought possible. So this is a great book, Work Quilting by Vicki Walton. Go to Amazon and get this book. You can have and create the life that you want to lead, and that is your daily dose. Hey, thank you for joining me today. Hey, like and share with 5 people that you know that need to hear this message. I'm also on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And excitingly, my book will be ready for sale soon. That is going to be your daily dose devotional. I've taken the best daily dose and wisdom for your week and put them in a 31-page devotional. You do not want to miss the chance to get that. They're short, concise, but they're very thought-provoking, and they start your day just like this show. So be on the lookout for that. I am very, very excited. So don't miss your opportunity. Also, join me next week. All week long, we're going to start with a new topic, new set of broadcasts that will encourage you and give you wisdom and strengthen you. I hope you have a great day. Hey, I'm April Williams, and that's Daily Dose.